Coming up on The Potter's Touch.
Orpah only feels safe with poor folks, broke folks, hateful folks, gossiping folk, lying folk, cheating, whoremongering folks. Orpah doesn't feel comfortable in a big room. Orpah wants to be a big girl in a small room. And I just want to know, are you Orpah or are you Ruth? Nobody's going to find you sitting on that couch with rollers in your hair, eating milk duds and watching Love of Life. You think Prince Charming is going to come in there and find you walking around in them moo-moos and that house coat, that raggedy house coat that you got on, and them little turned over house shoes that you wear around the house, and you praying for the Lord to send Boaz? Why in the world is Boaz going to come and get you out the bed with your sleepy self? You got to get rid of that fairy tale faith and become deliberate about what God is going to do in your life. High five your sister and say, I'm a deliberate woman. I live on purpose. I got the instinct, I got the unction, I want something that people around me don't even want. I never fit in with my neighborhood, I didn't fit in with my clique or my club. I've got some instincts that are beyond my circumstance. So I got to get over my circumstance and start walking in alignment. So God says to Habakkuk, the prophet, who is waiting on an answer from God because he doesn't understand where he is. He doesn't understand what season he's in. He doesn't understand what's going on in his life. And God gives him simple instructions. He said, write the vision. Okay? Not the problem. Not the obstacle. Not the need. Not the lack. He said, don't write about what you lack. Write the vision. Write it. Right. What do you see, woman of God? 10 years from now, what do you see? What do you see? In your spirit, when you get down to your core, what do you see? What would you do if money were no problem? Well, it's no problem. I'm gonna try y'all. What would you do if money were no problem? Well, it's no problem. It's no problem. It's no problem. I'll try y'all. What would you do if money were no problem? Well, would you tell your sister it's no problem? It's no problem. Don't let not having the money dry up your pen. Write the vision. Don't worry about who's going to pay for it. Don't worry about who's going to execute it. Don't worry about who's going to stand in agreement with it. All he asked you to do was write the vision. He didn't ask you to pay for the vision. He asked you, who can I give this baby to? Maybe y'all will take it up there. Just write the vision. Go ahead and write the business plan. Go ahead and write the business plan. Go ahead and write the purpose, the vision, the purpose and goal. Go ahead and write the vision. You have been so focused on where you've been that you can't stretch for where you're going. All our prayers are backdated. Oh God, have mercy on me. You know what happened to me when I was a child. You know what I went through when I went to college. Oh, Lord, I'm still getting over my first husband. Girl, you on your fourth husband. Still talking about your third. I know it sounds hard, but slap somebody and say, get over it. He didn't say write the past. He didn't say write the pain. He said write the vision. What do you see? What do you hope for? What do you believe? He said, write the vision. And then he says to Habakkuk, read what you wrote. Yeah, write it and then read it. Remind yourself of what you said. Remind yourself of where you're going. Write it, read it, and then run it. Before the year is out, say it with me, before the year is out, I'm going to write it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to run it. Let me tell you something. I don't try to run Kenneth Copeland's ministries because it's not mine. I don't try to run Fred Price's ministries because it's not mine. I don't try to run Joyce Meyer's ministry because it's not mine. I don't have the anointing to run something that I'm not instinctive at in my core. But when it comes to TDJ, you better get out of it. Touch your sister and say, I'm going to write it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to run it. I'm going to write it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to run it. I'm going to write it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to run it. Now just take a minute and praise God for that right there. I'm going to write it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to run it. Running it means I'm going to bring all of my efforts in alignment with what I wrote. I'm not going to expend energy that's off the page. If it's not on the page, I'm not running after it. If it's not in the script, the actor doesn't say the lines. I'm going to write it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to run it. When you see me running, you don't have to read what I wrote because my feet will tell you what's on the page. Oh my God. Tell your sister, let your feet do the talking. Stop explaining, stop arguing, stop fighting back on Facebook, stop arguing on Twitter, stop complaining with your so-called friends. Tell them to watch my feet. You see, the world has changed. And as the world changes, both positively and negatively, God gives you opportunities. Opportunities are created from adversity. You wouldn't need a washing machine if you didn't have dirty clothes. Opportunities are created from adversities. So if you have adversities, your adversities are opportunities. Whether they become opportunities or not is how you look at them. If you see it as a problem, it's a problem. But if you see it as an opportunity, it's an opportunity. God is giving you opportunity. It's just like coming to this conference. God is giving you an opportunity. What you do with it is up to you. You can stay in your room and sleep in, not have to put on makeup or nothing, just lay up in the bed and watch TV and get you some rest. God knows you need some rest. And you go back rested and empty. All God gives you is an opportunity. He's not going to make you. He's not going to force you. He's not going to rape you. All God's going to do is give you an opportunity. When he's giving you an opportunity, he's done. He's going to give you an opportunity. In my book, I talk about the parable of the talents, the 2, the 5, and the 10. And the householder gave to the service 2 and 5 and 1, actually 1, 2, and 5. And the one who had 5 took the opportunity and turned it into 10. The one who had 2 took the opportunity and turned it into 4. The one who had 1 took the opportunity and hid it. But they might not have had equal talents, but they all had equal opportunity. Pray till your lips need chapstick. But all God is going to give you, I'm practicing for stand-up comedy in case I lose my job. I have a career with Cheryl Underwood and them on, you know. All God's going to give you is an opportunity. Have you not recognized opportunities because they were dressed in adversity? If you look at the clothes of opportunity, opportunity always puts on an adversity suit. Not too long ago, there was a tornado that come through and the waves from the ocean were coming up on shore and houses were up underwater and streets were covered with water and everybody was getting out of town. It was so dramatic that they had turned two-way streets into one-way streets, all exiting the city, everybody trying to get out of town as quickly as possible. Didn't know how high the waves were going to come. People could be killed or destroyed, lose their property. They were all headed out of town. Back to back, the highway looked like a parking lot with cars stuck on it trying to get out. And in the middle of all of that, here comes a bunch of young boys running in the opposite direction toward the storm, carrying surfboards. Because what everybody else saw as an adversity, you'll get it when you get back home. They saw it as an opportunity. A wave is an adversity if you're not prepared for it, but if you got a surfboard, this is the time of your life. I've never seen. And what I'm trying to tell you is that the blessing of the Lord comes in waves. It comes in waves. And if you stop running from the wave and just ride the wave, the blessing of the Lord would overtake you if you're ready for it. How many people say I'm ready for it? Now, the word worship means worship, and we think of worship, we always think of raising our hands or clapping our hands or laying prostrate in the floor, and that's an aspect of worship, but it's rooted in the Latin word that means worthship, how much you are worth to me. Now, my tithe nor my offering all put together, if I emptied my bank account, couldn't really fully express how much you're worth. But I refuse to turn my back on the opportunity and act like you're a nothing in my life, like you're a zero in my life. When everything I got, you gave it to me, not just my stuff, my breath, my energy, my strength, the activity of my limbs, my kidneys function, my heart beating while I'm asleep. He has supplied all of my needs. I honor him. What shall I render unto the Lord for all of his benefits toward me? The world has changed. It's not just that you're in a new world with new opportunities, new problems, decadence and situations and circumstances that are beyond anything your grandmother would imagine. Imagine if your grandmother woke up in this world today and she was running around looking for a telephone booth. I'm gonna call him, do you got any change? Drive me down to the phone booth so I can call somebody. How far would you have to drive in Atlanta to find a phone booth? You're gonna need a lot of gas. Isn't it, you can have the coin, you can have the need, but if you don't understand the world you're in, you are dysfunctional. You're not just dysfunctional because of your childhood, you are dysfunctional when you are prepared for that which is antiquated. So God says, run forward, not backwards. Can I go deeper? Oh, this is good. I got the right folks in here. I got the right folks in here. Somebody say, I have a dream. You need to run in the direction of your dream and away from the direction of your disease. Disease. I'm not sick. Disease simply means dis-ease. 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 Somebody bring me a chair. Can you bring me a chair? I know those are hooked up. If they're the single chair, bring me a chair. Dis-ease. Write this down. Dis-ease. Thank you, son. Bring me this chair. Yeah, thank you. Now, I'm gonna sit down so I can be comfortable in what I'm doing, so I can be at ease. You got me? Do you not know that God can give you blessings that make you uncomfortable? That you can be not at ease with being loved? Not at ease with being successful. And if you have a dis-ease, that dysfunction will make you self-sabotage your opportunities. And you might not have high blood pressure, you might not have kidney failure, but you got a dis-ease because you are uncomfortable with your own dream. So pray all you want to, but if you are at dis-ease with your dream, you won't run after it. You'll shout about it, but you won't run after it. You think you're a procrastinator. You're not a procrastinator. You got dis-ease with your dream. You are dreaming something that you won't relax in. You won't walk in it. You're still walking in who you were rather than who you are. You need to go in a phone booth, make you a call, go in there as Clark Kent, but come out as Superman. In fact, I declare woman thou art loose to be a phone booth. This is a place that you're going to come in here one way and you're going to walk out a completely different way because you came in here to be loose from what you came from, but I came in here to call you into what you're going to. You got to catch up with your dream. Touch 10 women and say, you got to catch up with your dream. You got to catch up with your dream. Your dreams are in one place, your head is somewhere else. Your dreams are in one place, your head is somewhere else. Your dreams are in one place, your head is somewhere else. You got to catch up with your dream. When you get to the 10th woman, say, run! Write it, read it, run it. 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 Touch or say, write it, read it, run it. Give him a shout of praise right now. I'm not sure this is true. I read it somewhere. Oprah didn't tell me this, but I read it somewhere that her mama was trying to call her Orpah and misspelled it and called her Oprah. I want to bring up Orpah. Orpah is the girl who couldn't escape the gravitational pull of where she came from. Orpah is the girl who had an opportunity that was so big that she acquiesced away from it because it was unfamiliar and felt more at ease in dysfunction than she did in her dreams, came right to the gate of escaping her past, but said, no, that's too much for me. I'm gonna stay over here in what I have been groomed for because I don't know how to live in a new world. I know how to live in Moab. I know what the rules are in Moab. I know how to function in Moab. So I'm going to sabotage my opportunity to go into Bethlehem, and I'm going to stay in Moab because it's familiar. Orpah is the girl who went back. You don't hear anybody preaching about her. Everybody's preaching about Ruth. Nobody's preaching about Orpah. Orpah is the girl who could not escape the gravitational pull of where she came from because she found safety in dysfunction, and she had dis-ease with her dream. And I just want to know, are you Orpah or are you Ruth? Let me ask him, are you Orpah or are you Ruth? Orpah only feels safe with poor folks, broke folks, hateful folks, gossiping folk, lying folk, cheating, whoremongering folks. Orpah doesn't feel comfortable in a big room. Orpah wants to be a big girl in a small room. Orpah sabotages all of her opportunities because she has not been mentored for the opportunity that God has in front of her. Orpah is afraid that she won't speak the language, and she doesn't have the clothes, and she doesn't know how to fit in, so she goes back into the very thing that she should have got away from because it's familiar. Orpah is the girl who stays with the dead. Orpah's husband died. Her father-in-law died. Her brother-in-law died. And Ruth said, I'm going to let the dead bury the dead. But Orpah stayed with the dead. Are you staying with dead things because they're safe? Or are you deliberately living beyond the brink? Because if you're going to be Ruth, you're going to be scared. But it's okay to be scared. You're going to go into a new world. You're going to go into new rules and new cultures and new opportunity. You're going to sit in boardrooms and places that you've never sat before. You're going to negotiate stuff that you've never done before. You're going to speak the word with power and clarity beyond the brink. If you are Ruth, you got to be willing to get out of your comfort zone and go after your dreams. And if you are Ruth, you have got to be willing, check this out, to go from being respected in Moab to sucking class in Bethlehem. If you are Ruth, you have got to be willing to go back to ground level zero on the next level of your life. If you are Ruth, you are a teacher in Moab, but you're going to be a student in Bethlehem. If you are Ruth, you have got to chase after your dreams when you are used to walking into a room where you are already Miss Suchy Much. You have got to walk into a room where you don't get VIP seating because we don't even know you up in here. Why in the world would God give an opportunity like this to a girl like you? Nothing in your background prepares you for what God is about to do in your life. And you're trying to walk forward, but you're scared to death, and you're praying, and you're uncomfortable, and you're saying, Lord, I don't know what you got me doing, but I'm going to walk into it by faith. Who am I preaching to today? Now you see why you had to be a woman now or loose. Because you couldn't find nobody to talk to who understood what is standing in front of you right now. But the Lord has been talking to me about you, and God has scheduled you for a promotion. You're going to have to run after your dream. Slap somebody, say run! feel glory in this place. My God, I 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 feel glory in this place. Success is getting what you see on the inside to manifest on the outside.
What a mighty God we serve.
Make some noise in this place.
For your gift of any amount, you will receive Woman Thou Art Blessed, a 90-day devotional journey.
This is your season for preparation.
For your gift of $85 or more, you will also receive the Woman Thou Art Loosed Legacy Collection.
From faith to faith, glory to glory, generation to generation, God is here.
For your gift of $120 or more, you will also receive the Woman Thou Art Loosed Bible and the Powerful Woman 3-book collection.
This is for people who are serious about stepping into another realm of glory.
Don't wait. Call or go online, and this incredible bundle can be yours today.
Some things can only come from God. And she said, I am a woman of a sorrowful spirit, but have poured out my soul before the Lord. She said, I'm a praying woman. God says, the thing that brings peace to pain is making your request made known unto God. How is your prayer life lately?
Here's today's takeaway.
Write the vision. Don't worry about who's going to pay for it. Don't worry about who's going to execute it. Don't worry about who's going to stand in agreement with it. All he asked you to do was write the vision and then read it. Remind yourself of what you said. Remind yourself of where you're going. Touch your sister and say, I'm going to write it, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to run it. God has scheduled you for a promotion. You're going to have to run after your dream. Slap somebody and say, run!
Feel free to reach out to us on social media and share your story of how God is impacting your life. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Potter's Touch.